Okay, hi everyone. This is Chris. I have Dorado here today. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a while since I videoed. I just wanted to talk to you about a new project that I'm working on. I have a new channel, even though I don't have that many viewers on my original channel. I have opened up a new channel called Equestrian Tests and Patterns. And right now I am uploading some dressage tests. I started with the Western dressage test because I figured with English dressage there's a lot of resources on the web like Test Pro, the app that you can download from USEF or USDF, and there's not as much for Western dressage riders on the web as far as just learning the diagrams and the tests. And the way I came across that is that I was going to try to get Tucker ready for a online horse show, and I was looking for the test on YouTube, and I found out there's people that are riding the test, but there's really no quick and easy way to learn the test by just looking at an example. So these tests are about 3 to 5 minutes long. I just basically read through the test, and then I have a little animated diagram that follows the test, so it's really easy to see the pattern, and it doesn't take a lot of time to invest to study the pattern before you decide to write your test. So you can mosey on over to that channel. I will put a link in it below here to that, and feel free to sign up because I'm becoming more active on that channel than my original channel right now. Today I'm riding Dorado. We've been working on some stuff. As you can see, the arena is pretty wet, so we won't have a lot of time to do a lot of cantering and stuff. I don't want him to slip. The footing is still pretty good. It still has a lot of traction, but I think I don't want to canter. I'll just do walk and trot. And there's 3 things I want to work on today. One is an exercise I've been working on with my instructor and trying to get him to be a little bit more rebalanced and uphill. What that exercise entails is doing a bit of a counter flex, and I've been doing this at walk and trot. And then as I straighten the horse, I do a half halt, close my legs, outside half halt, and kind of push with my seat, and then get the horse to step underneath himself with his inside hind leg. That brings his balance a little bit farther to the hind end, and that's been a pretty useful tool for us lately. The other thing I wanted to work on is his rooting, which I have problems with all my horses rooting in the connection. And the third thing is my symmetry, because I am a very asymmetrical rider. I am entering 2 months. I will be 58 years old. I am very dominant. I'm left-handed and very dominant with my left side. So I have this problem, which I'm not always very aware of because it feels completely normal to me. But I tend to rotate to the right and drop my right shoulder, and then my butt slides off to the left. And this happens both when I turn to the right and turn to the left. So, and then when I look, I usually, especially on the right turns, I look down to the right. So this has been, Dorado is now 17. We've been doing this for quite a long time. I've had him for about 14 years. So he now pretty much has like bought into my misalignment, and he has also become misaligned. So as a result, when I work with my trainer and she forces me to sit correctly, and I feel really weird because it feels weird to me, my horse does not go from the inside left leg to the outside rein. He does not take contact on his right rein during the circles to the left. I tend to pull on the left rein instead of do a direct open rein. on the left side, and I close him down on this left shoulder. So these are things I want to work on as well. So those are the three things. It's the rebalancing, the rooting, and the symmetry. So we'll go ahead and start riding. So I'm starting him out as at a walk, and I'm just going to let him stretch as far as he wants to go, trying to keep tabs on my alignment. And I do have some problems with my outside turning aids, especially going to the left. Like I said, I pull back on this rein. I would like to keep an open, direct rein and keep my outside turning aids on him. So right now it feels like I'm really bending my body to the left, but it's probably not as exaggerated looking at it as it feels. This is one thing that's great about video, and it's also great about having a trainer, because she can call me on my being oblivious because I tend to do that. So on the right rein, and I think I had mentioned this, I might have mentioned this before in some of my videos, I tend to do what's called a fencing lunge. This is a concept I learned from Mary Wanless videos and series, the fencing lunge. And this is actually, it's more like you keep your shoulder to front. So I want my right shoulder a little bit front here and bending around with my left hand. The reason I'm trying to do the fencing lunge on this side is because I tend to go like this. And then, like I said, I lose my seat bone on the left side. So if I can think fencing lunge on the right, I can get a very pretty good bend here. And then I don't think fencing lunge on the left, because I tend to always ride with my left hip and left shoulder more forward than my right, even when I'm going to the left. So in that case, I kind of want to think bend, not collapse bend, but bend. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and halt him. And we are also going to work on these halts, trying to keep him. See, as soon as I halt, he loses the connection slightly, and then he roots. So that is a problem that we have. Actually, it's a problem I have with all my horses. So what I would like to do, and I'm going to try to push out a little bit so he stays in the connection, and then that time he didn't root. So, which was good. That was very good. So what he does, I noticed, is he loses the connection as soon as I halt, and then when I push the legs on, he just goes. I don't want him to do that. I'm going to try to keep him a little bit pushed into that contact with my seat and my legs closed, even during the halts, so he doesn't back off of it. And then there, that's better. Good. So yeah, so I don't want him to back off of that contact, because that's the part where the root occurs. And these things, this is why I can ride in my arena when it's like sloppy wet, because I can practice these walk things. You know, my horse isn't gonna, the traction in here is pretty good. I might do a little trotting. I'm definitely not doing any cantering in this. Okay, so yeah, so that was good. So he is not rooting right now. The other thing I can do is I can halt and do a rein-back. Now that has been a little bit more tricky, because I pull on him a little bit, and then he anticipates, and then he gets into the routine. So we'll go ahead, and so he's a little bit off the contact there. He goes into the root. You can see that. So I'm going to try this again. And now he's anticipating, so he's going to be rooting. So what I probably need to do is just go back, keep him in the contact, and move on. Oh, and as you can see, he's stuck at the tongue out too. So that's another thing he does. That's an evasion thing. This has happened because he's 17. He plays into all my problems, and now that's his little Okay, so don't do that, Dorado. We're going to back. The other thing I forgot to mention is that I did a pre-ride check with him before today, and usually when I used to have some issues with him, like today he wanted to raise his head, he didn't want to put it in the bridle. So in the past I just would force him and not even pay attention to it. And today I did unbuckle his bridle and put it on over his head so I could actually get the bridle on his head. But it is something to pay attention to, the fact that he, you know, didn't want to put the bridle on today. And that could be, there could be a variety of reasons for that. You know, he was lazy, he doesn't want to work in the morning wet. He would rather sit there and eat, maybe, or maybe something's going on with him, you know, he's 17. So yeah, so the rein-backs in here, I got them pretty good in the halts, but now with the rein-backs, I'm still having a problem with the rooting. These are things that I can work on when my arena is like a sloppy mess like this, because they don't require any, you know, going fast. So he didn't root there. He hasn't rooted in the stop, but he does root in the backing up. Oops. There he goes. He rooted. Okay. Okay. So he's backed off of the contact a bit. So when I'm going to try just putting my legs. So as soon as I put my legs on him, he's going to root because he's backed off the contact. Okay. So, and then as you can see, he kind of goes behind the vertical and the rein-back. So these rein-backs, they are, and then he does that weird kicking thing. I'm real thrilled with doing these, obviously. I'm going to try to shorten the reins a little bit. Okay, so now he's a little bit behind the vertical on the forehand. Try it again. Okay, so this is better here, I think. Yes, so I used my seat a little bit and squeezed my legs, try not to use as much hand. So that was a little bit more successful. I'm going to end the rein-back thing there because I do not want to get in a big tug-of-war fight with him. We can do a few more halts. Now I'm going to try to do this like little rebalancing exercise that my instructor Laura had me do. And I have to also keep in track of the time because I have to go to work. Let's see. Oops. We're at 5 minutes to 9. Okay. So the rebalancing thing, you just do a little counterflex, and then as a straighten, I do a little half halt. There you go. You can see his head popped up a bit. That was a little exaggerated, but then you get him a little bit more uphill. Okay. So I'm probably not going to be able to ride very long, guys. I have to go to work and sign in. Okay, so I'm going to try. Let me go ahead and trot him. I'm going to do a few little, try to get him a little bit stretchy here. I'm not trotting him real big right now. I'm just trying to warm him up. Again, got to keep track of my symmetry during these stretchy circles here. And this is a little bit sloppy here, so I don't know how much trotting I will be doing. But there he goes, stretches. As you can see, like when he raises his head there, a lot of times instead of doing my open rein on the right now, I'm going to try to get him a little bit into that right rein, keeping my left rein open. So what I used to do, what I still do sometimes because of habit, is I pull back on this left rein and I get it kind of close off the shoulder, almost doing a indirect rein. And so my instructor has been having me almost think neck reining to the left in this direction. So almost keeping my outside rein closed on the neck, so he can have a place to put his shoulder there. You know, he can go into the outside rein, and then keeping this left rein open. So we just work like that. Okay, I'm going to turn around here. We'll go the other way. I don't know if I can do a lot of this rebalancing work at the trot because I can't get him very warmed up in the sloppy arena. We could try a little bit of it. Okay, so I'm going to try going around this way. We're going to go through this puddle here. Like I said, these guys are used to trotting through puddles. And actually, they kind of help them with suspension a little bit because they have to raise their feet to actually get through the puddle. So that's can work in our favor. There we go. So this side, I have a really much more easy, I almost naturally have a bend on the right side. So it's easier for me to do a nice stretchy circle on the right side because I can keep this right rein open. Horse has a good place for his, inside leg to outside rein here. He leans in, he takes the contact on the left rein. He does not take the contact on the right rein. So I'm going to slow him down. Try it again on this side. So on this side, I have to kind of bend my body around because he does not take the contact on the right rein. Inside leg to outside rein, right? The horse does not take contact on the right rein. So makes it a little difficult on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna give him a little break. That was a horrible transition, so we're gonna do it again. I just kind of plopped him into that transition. So let me go ahead and trot him out and then try to do better with this transition here. So we're gonna slow him down. That was a little bit better. Little brace, but a little bit more balanced. Okay. Because I don't have a lot of time, I'm just going to do this one exercise real quick, and then that's probably all I'm going to do today. So I'm going to just kind of do a little trot. We'll see how he does the sitting trot here, and this exercise. He might not be warmed up enough. So I'm going to go up. It's a little counter flex, and then as I put him up, a little bit more uphill balance. So a little counter flex, and then I turn him back, and then I use my half halt and my legs. Go through the puddle. Little counter flex. Up. Little counter flex. Through the puddle. Up. Okay. It worked, but it'd be nice if we did it a little bit longer. I don't really have time. Gonna try it on the right, and that's gonna be a wrap for today, I think, because I don't have time to do anything more. Pain when you have to go to work, but I have to pay the bills, guys, so sorry. My YouTube videos are not cutting it. Okay. There we go. Left, and up. Okay, this side is a little bit easier. It's always easier for me to do stuff on the right side. He's stronger on the right side. And We just bend better. We use our bodies more correct on the side. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to give it a couple stretchy circles here. Hey, you know, if you don't subscribe, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I have some wonderful and competent training videos for being an amateur. And I also have that fabulous other channel now called Equestrian Tests and Patterns. So go ahead and mosey on over there if you want to learn your dressage test. And I will talk to you later. Thanks again for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Stay inspired. Stay riding. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.